Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from Red State dated June 8th. It says Tucker Carlson has Brian Stelter and Taylor Lorenz throwing hilarious fits about his Twitter show. Now, I think I've said this before. I never watched Tucker Carlson. I never watched Fox News. I don't watch any, the channels and their news programs or anything. But I have watched, as of this point, as of the time I'm recording this, which is on June 10th, I have actually watched both of Tucker Carlson's, episodes, if you want to call it that. They're 10 minutes, 11, 12, something like that. Not too long on the internet, on Twitter, so yeah, I figured what the heck, why not? But these two people, Brian Stelter and Taylor Lorenz, are the exact people you want pissed because they are some of the absolute worst purveyors of misinformation there is out there. Forget about Stelter and a CNN show. If you don't know who this lady is, go look her up, and you're going to go down a rabbit hole of absolute BS really quick. So the article starts, says, as we've reported, Tucker Carlson did his first show on Twitter, said immediately got a ton of attention, and it covered a variety of topics from Ukraine to the bombshell report from a whistleblower about the U.S. having craft of non-human origin. So I wrote on that UFO report, and it's pretty fascinating given the source and corroboration. Fox is accusing Tucker of breaking his contract by talking on Twitter. Says, but what's funny is how much the media critic folks on the left immediately wanted to talk down Tucker on Twitter. Here was Brian Stelter's effort to take a shot. The jealousy was hilarious to see. And Brian Stelter, squeaky voice Brian Stelter says, as of today, Tucker says, we've come to Twitter. We're grateful to be here. His first video is a basic 10-minute monologue. And there's nothing wrong with that. And he follows it up by saying, Tucker on Twitter is how Tucker Carlson's video is branded. Notice his right hand in the wide shot. He's using a teleprompter controller to run the prompter himself. And is there something wrong with that, Brian? You mean he can do the whole newscast himself? I don't find a problem here. Says there are two kinds of people on Twitter, those who believe the view counts, especially around alleged video streams, and those who know better. And he's saying that, because I think Tucker's first video had in the tens of millions of views, and he's jealous because his extremely low-rated program, he drove into the ground. It was a CNN staple for, I think, 30 years, and he drove it into the ground so bad that the program doesn't exist anymore. So good job to you, Brian Stelter. So the article goes on and says, Shell, we note that Stelter doesn't have any show and that no one would even bother to listen to one if he had one on Twitter, which is true. This is not to mention that there are more views on Tucker's first Twitter foray than anything that Stelter ever got on his Reliable Sources show. Yeah, a point I just made, yeah. So that's one of the one of the reasons that CNN was in such trouble, because they had folks like Stelter. Then he also says something else that was pretty strange, calling it an alleged video stream. What was alleged about it? Is he trying to suggest it wasn't? How weird that is, but that's Stelter and why his show didn't have anywhere near the following Tucker's did. Plus, Brian Stelter also is just a proven liar, so there's that. A guy who lies having a show called Reliable Sources is the height of irony, but let's keep going. So here's technology journalist and scare quotes Taylor Lorenz criticizing the show because it's just Tucker talking. And what she says is it's wild to see what a fish out of water he is on the internet. No jump cuts, no background music, no catchy thumbnail or video title. Not sure how he's going to stack up against even an average streamer or YouTuber. Now, obviously, like I said, I didn't watch Tucker with any regularity at all, or really at all, but I have seen other clips of him elsewhere. If he brought up something that I thought was interesting, I played the clip on the internet. He's the exact same person. So what she's saying here is just, I'm going to run him down because I can. Okay, that's all it is. He was the exact same person as he was on the Fox stuff that I saw. So article goes on and says, but Tucker just talking was what people want to hear, which is true. So the part of the show that people always wanted to watch was Tucker's monologue, which is never about flashy cuts, but about what he said and the issues that he covered that were unique. And as far as everything I've seen that's been talked about him, that's 100% correct. Excuse me, not cutting that out. Says both Stelter and Lorenz try to take shots at the number of views that Carlson got, with Stelter acting like the view counts weren't believable and Lorenz just getting things wrong entirely, which is pretty much her MO, claiming he only got 16 million views. So the meta tweet from the princess here says, it's interesting to see people frame 16 million views as a success. What? Anyone that gets 16 million views is a success. Even all these people here. Yeah, okay. The 60 million views on Twitter is nothing wrong. The TV view threshold is much higher. Yeah, but no TV shows really get that at this point, from what I know. It says that we've even seen how wildly Twitter view counts are inflated. Even to take at face value, 16 million views is not much when you're talking about social content. So you're just trying to drag him because, again, you can, because you just don't like him. So, article goes on, says, when did she stop counting? Half an hour in? First of all, 16 million views are more than anyone would get on Fox, CNN, or any other network show. But anyone with any credibility would have left themselves with wiggle room and known that the views were going to skyrocket over the night, as they did. He now has over 102 million views on the show. Wow, okay, so I haven't looked at that recently. Last time I saw it was like 40 million. So it says, of course, Lorenz wouldn't be looking back at it and admitting how wrong she is, and Stelter can't even fully accept that the video stream is real. This is a problem for them and Fox, is that this is the future of new media that isn't controlled by the networks or the powers that be, that is free to say what it wants, with all the good, the bad, and the ugly that it might expose. Good movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Does the media critics like Lorenz and Stelter can spin it, but neither of their critiques even got anywhere near the numbers of his show, and that says it all right there. It's going to be pure gold watching the liberal media meltdown as they can no longer control things true. And yeah, like I said, I mean, who cares about Stelter? He's utterly irrelevant, but Taylor Lorenz is, like I said, if you start looking into her, you're going to go down a rabbit hole that's going to do nothing but piss you off. She's an abominable human being. That's being kind. That's being super kind about it. Like, again, she's just an awful human being at her core. Like, something happened in her childhood that messed her up. It must have, because she's just not even a decent human being under any stretch of the word that you could possibly think of. But anyway, what do you think about this? What do you think about Tucker's new show? Like I said, I've only watched the 2 episodes that are out, that are, again, 10 to 12 minutes apiece. What do you have to think about these two freaking clowns throwing shade at Tucker basically because they can? What do you think about Brian Stelter not thinking the show is real for some unbelievably odd, stupid reason? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.